Alright, this is part 2 with the ASUS T91MT Netbook tablet PC. In the last video we were kind of going over the handwriting and some of the palm rejection, startup time, and also talking about the specs a little bit and how it works. In this one we're going to show some of the multi-touch capability and also maybe look at some of the Windows experience indexes and working with the web browser and stuff like that with this screen. So right now we're in the pictures folder on Windows, and they give you some sample pictures to work with. In fact, there's sample pictures of the original T91 before they became the MT. And you can use your iPhone like gestures, your 2-pinch zoom, 2-finger rotate. So if I wanted to zoom in on this, put my 2 fingers down, spread them out, and it zooms in. If I want to zoom out, have your 2 fingers pinched, pull them together. If you want to rotate, 1 finger down, 1 finger like this, and then rotate another finger like that. And then that can rotate the image. Rotate it back the other way here. And that. And also, you have your pen flicks that you have, which are quick movements you can do with your fingers. So if I wanted to go forward or back on the pictures, I just do a flick. And now I've noticed Windows 7's pen flicks and Windows Vista's pen flicks are opposite of each other. See, flicking this way goes forward, and Windows Vista flicking that way goes back. It's a little strange why they're swapped like that by default. I don't know why they changed that way. I prefer this way going back and this way going forward, but they ended up setting it up that way. So if I wanted to go back, let's see if I can look here again. Go back, I have to go that way. See, back, forward. If I wanted to scroll, of course, I would flick up or flick down, and that can be more easily shown using the web browser. So let's go to Internet Explorer and go to a web page. And multi-touch gestures work with Internet Explorer too, and you can do your pinching movement to zoom in on pages, to enlarge them, or to decrease the magnification. And of course the same thing with flicking, going back and forth through the pages. And I haven't understood why this happens, but Internet Explorer 8 the tabs tend to crash every now and then. I don't know why it's doing this. I return, see if I can find a site out of here. Let's see. Home page I think should be for ASUS. There we go. The ASUS homepage should work fine. Okay. Now, you also have 2-finger horizontal scrolling. So if you want to scroll horizontally, you're going to have to use 2 fingers. And it just scrolls horizontally like that. You have to be careful because sometimes I've noticed doing that, it mistakes the horizontal scrolling for magnification, zooming in and out, which you can still do. See, to spread my fingers out, and I've zoomed it to 275%. And then I can decrease that magnification again, and now we're at 50. And if I wanted to scroll, let me zoom in back again. The scroll, I just do a flick. Looks like that. Now there, let's go to a page. Let's see, maps and directions. And you might be able to tell the internet browser is working a little slower, and that is because of the Atom being underclocked using it in tablet mode right now. In fact, this battery should have a pretty good charge on it. Let's see what it estimates when I click on it here. 2 hours and 50 minutes at 81% on high performance and max brightness. That's about right for the 80% where it is right now. Being on set for high performance and max brightness, I turn down the brightness and put it on power saver, that'll increase to 3.5 hours for sure, at least. Okay, this page isn't gonna work, so I need to go back. Click back. Oh, that's forward. Other way. There's back. It is kind of interesting the way that the forward and back pen flicks make that sliding motion. So it kind of reveals the previous page or the page that comes after it when you do those pen flicks. And they work just as easily with the stylus as well. You don't have to do it all with your finger. And then we find a different page that works a little better. Maps and directions isn't quite the best page to demo that on. Okay. Now we're looking at horoscopes. And I could still use the stylus to do scrolling. Works just fine for that purpose. Again, the pen flicks for going back. I could probably see why they reversed it from Windows Vista, because when you do this, you would technically be like taking a page and just moving it aside and revealing what's under it. So I kind of understand why they did it. I just prefer that it would still be the same. So if you're used to using a Windows Vista equipped tablet and you're used to its pen flicks, that you don't have to get used to doing them the other way around when you go to Windows 7. Had a bit of a minor interruption there. I'm about to wrap it up here with the ASUS T91MT, and good things I can say about it. It's nice to have the netbook form factor in a tablet now, as this allows for portability. It's nice and lightweight, and you can still have that tablet functionality for taking handwritten notes like you can on the regular 12.1-inch full-size tablets. The bad side, unfortunately, because it's touchscreen only and not having an active digitizer, the handwriting recognition may not produce the best handwriting with it that you could get with a regular 12.1-inch tablet using an active digitizer like a Wacom or something like that. But the other problem is, most people don't like the Atom Z520 processor because it's a bit of a slug. I haven't really found it to be a performance issue with this, but you're obviously not going to do any demanding CPU tasks with the Z520 processor. One thing I never did mention yet is this computer is completely silent when it's running. It discovered that there's actually no internal cooling fans at all in the T91MT, and I have never noticed a problem with it getting hot. It actually runs very cool with no fans on it. So not having a fan and not having a hard drive, this thing is completely silent when it's running. You can put your ear up to it. You might hear a slight whine, but that's the whine probably of the processor. But other than that, it's dead silent when it's running, which is a nice convenience for some of them that don't like the noise produced by the fan or the hard drive. And that will shut it down here and catch its shutdown time.